Welcome to the 500 workshop. Today we're going to remove the engine lid so that we can get easy access to maintaining our vehicle. But this engine lid is really easy to remove. It means you've got full access. You don't have to lean over the engine lid when you're working on the car. It's not necessary to do every job, but it really helps if you're doing a lot of work on the engine to have this removed. So let's do it. So start with the engine lid closed, and it has two mounting points. One is here and the other is here, just either side of the license plate. Then this has a 10mm bolt on it. So what I've got here is my ratchet. I've got an arm extender just so we can get away from the body slightly, and we've got a 10mm socket. So we'll put it into reverse and just thread that on, and then carefully remove it. And here we go. Yep, finger loose now. So we can take this off. It's got a little washer on there as well. Some may have, some may not. It's worth putting one on anyway. And so there we have that removed. And we're not going to take it off immediately because there's a couple of bits inside that we need to remove first. So we've now got our engine lid open, and there's two connecting points that we still need to remove. So here we have an electrical point which goes into our rear light for the number plate, and here we have a strap cable which supports and holds the engine lid on while it's open, stops it from going all the way to the floor. On my cars, I have a little catch here which we can release, and that breaks the electric cable. If you don't have that, you might need to take off the light for the number plate. That would be a bit of a hassle to do, so it's worth having one of these connecting cables if you can. I might show you how to remove the number plate light at a certain point in the future, but at the moment we're not going to do that here. So I assume that you've got some way of disconnecting that electric cable. The second is this strap. All you need to do is lift up the lid slightly so you loosen the slack, or provide some slack, and then turn it and it should just pop out. So we'll just look at that again. So if you, difficult to manipulate sometimes, but you've got kind of like a triangle cutout in the engine mount, and you kind of just push down on the right hand side, pull up on the left, and it should just pop out quite easily. And then this is loose, so please make sure you're holding it at all times. Then we can stand up and we can just slide to the left, and there we have our engine lid nicely removed. Now I always like to put the bolt back on the bolt. Sorry, I always like to put the nut back on the bolt here, just for safekeeping, so I don't lose it in future. But reinstallation of this is exactly the same as the removal, but in reverse. So you'll come here, you'll slide the pins in carefully because you don't want to scratch the bodywork. We're lined up on that one, and there we have it. So both pins are now in. Reopen the case. Remember, you haven't bolted this in yet, so just be careful. First thing I'm going to do is reattach this. So you put the right hand side in first, as far as you can go. Put the left hand side in, and then just put it up, and there we have a nice solid connection. We'll just reconnect our electric cable, close up the boot lid. This just moves very slightly, so we'll push it across, and hopefully you can see this. We're just going to tighten this nut back onto this bolt. So take our ratchet. Now you don't want to over tighten it because it makes the lid too stiff to open easily. So you want to kind of make sure it's tight and then just back it off a quarter, and there we go. Nice fluid movement. So that's how you take off the boot lid on a Fiat 500. Thanks for joining us.